Welcome to another episode of DD on the Spot. As always, I'm your host, Ryan Johnson. I mean, I don't even need to introduce her anymore, everyone, because she's been on here like, what is it, like the fourth time now? So, I mean,
Hey,
really.
they're probably tired of me.
Oh, yeah, right. Are you kidding me? I've had a guest on 5 times now before, so they are definitely not tired of her. But, I mean, Maria Flores, I'm just going to announce her anyway. She's on again just to give us an update on what she's been up to. And, I mean, she's had an interesting prep this last year because, I mean, the last time that we were talking to her, she was getting ready for a prep this year. Well, she didn't know if she was going to compete again, but then, spoiler alert, she decided. But then she's had a few injuries, so we'll talk about that because so many people don't talk about the injuries in this sport, too, and how they can, affect people's journeys. But, yeah, before we get into all that, I mean, Maria, thank you so much for coming back on.
Oh, glad to be here. I'm so glad you can have me again.
Well, first of all, because I ask you this every single time, was the weather like today?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's going to be up in the 90s today in Virginia.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah,
It's
it's
like
really pretty.
it's 60s and raining here in Minnesota, so I don't even I mean I'll trade that with you in a heartbeat, but yeah, so why don't you give us just to start off just an update on what it's I mean cuz we talked like 7 months ago I think it was, and I mean you obviously you started a prep and then you got some injuries, but what was that whole journey?
Well, the off season was actually pretty good. I went all the way up to like 163 pounds, and I believe you me, I didn't really care for that, but it had to be done. But it was the quality. It was a quality gain. Um, my coach Shelby Stearns, he had me eating more, a lot more, and then I just want to see what my off season is going to look like with a coach because normally I just always go on my own, and so we did. We really had a good off season. Training was good. I still had my dequervian injury, my wrist, and I haven't gone to the doctor for that. But I was able to train around that. And so January, I said let's go ahead and prep for a show. And things were going really well. I started leaning down slowly, and then about 6 weeks before the New York Pro, um, I just couldn't train the way I'm supposed to train. I couldn't even curl a 10-pound
It was
dumbbell.
literally so like I was going to have her on before then. It was literally like a couple of days before then really that had happened to her. So yeah, it was close to that show, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so it was, you know, I don't want to do a show just to do a show, even though I enjoy prepping and all that. And I enjoy how my body changes. But when you can't give it 110%, not even 100%, um, there's really no reason why you should do a show. Uh, but I'm still training. And, I had to ease down a little bit on the weights and had to let my body heal a little bit. But man, I had that my wrist and then the my ankle and then the bursa. My bursa, I still have it. I still have this. It's still messed up. So I was able to train yesterday, but I think I pushed it a little bit too hard again because last night it was throbbing. I really need to get it fixed. I really need to go to the doctors. But I'm paranoid right now to go to the clinic. I just, I, you know, you and I both know that when it's been several months, you need to go get it checked. So we'll see. I'm still training around the injury right now.
I was an idiot in my early 20s too, where I did something with my wrist as well, and I never went to go get it fixed. Even to this day, I didn't go to get it fixed, and it's better. It's fine now, but like yeah, I was an idiot about it. But how do you train around a wrist injury? Because for so many people, they're like, okay, that's your entire upper body then, basically, then because anything that you have to basically grab with your wrist. I mean, so how do you train around a wrist injury? Because that's one of those things where most people would think of like, oh, you must be done then.
Yeah, no, I use a brace normally, and then instead of going the real heavy weights, I just kind of back down on the weights a little bit. I go more for the squeeze now and the reps. Um, but sometimes, you just got to know when to really, really back off. Because when I was training a couple weeks ago and I was already seeing stars, literally, because it was so painful. And I feel like the tears, because I'm one of those people that I have a very high pain tolerance. But when I was literally almost in tears, so no, I decided to just I feel kind of I feel bad because I told my husband, I said, I hope you won't think anything less on me because I won't be able to go, you know, and do the show. And he said, no. He goes, I'm surprised you went this long, this far, because he was leaving it up to me to back down, back out from the show. He didn't want to say no, you shouldn't do it, So he goes, I didn't think you were gonna last this long, going ahead with the prep for so many weeks after the injuries, But so I'm still doing what I enjoy doing, just not as crazy, even though like yesterday I kind of went a little bit crazier than because I really felt it last night, and I should know better. But when it's feeling so good and it's like, okay, just put another dime on there. And then last night I just felt it when I was going to bed. So I had to go downstairs, put more CDB oil on me, and even I don't between you and me, I don't know if that really works. We tried. We bought braces, the CDB oil. I tried. I went on the internet to find out what I need. Supplements that would help and stuff like that. But I don't know. And I even had I tried the CDB gummies. I can't take those. I don't know if you ever had them.
I've tried them a couple of times, but yeah, I can't. Yeah, they don't work for me either.
It, yeah, it gives me this crazy feeling, just like like for the first 30 minutes it's okay, but after that I start feeling it like in a daze, and I didn't like the way it makes me feel. I don't know. I guess people say that it's supposed to make you forget about your pain, but all I could think of was how it's making me feel.
Yeah.
And when I don't
Well,
have
hey, so it worked in a way then that way then.
yeah, but still, it was. I can still feel the pain, but I was still. I didn't like where you feel like you're not in control. Maybe and it was just a little. It was just a little gummy. I couldn't take it, so I told my husband. I said, it works for him, but not for me. I can't take that stuff.
She brings up a great point, everyone. If you do see stars when you're working out, that might mean that you might want to give it a rest. You might want to just let it go a little bit, everyone. So I do gotta bring that out there, everyone. So yeah, she does bring up good points there. But I mean, like you said, you're someone that has a really high pain tolerance. Is that something that you've always struggled with in your bodybuilding career, of like knowing when to stop and when to keep pushing? Because bodybuilding is a sport where, I mean, you really need to know the difference between pain and injury.
Yeah, yeah. I've always, even when I had back surgery, believe it or not, I had back surgery. So the doc, like, they gave me pain pills, right? The doctor, so after the first or second day, the pain pills, I couldn't take it anymore, and the doctor wanted me to take it for about a week or two. And so I didn't like the way it made me feel again. The pain, yeah, the pain pills. I don't know what it was, oxycodone or whatever. I don't know what that is. So instead of taking those, every time I feel like I needed something, and then the pain, I feel the pain. I get up on the treadmill and I just walked really slow. And this is a back injury with the brace. I know it's crazy, right? It was just like when I gave birth. You know how you can get something to make the pain, make it less painful. Not me. I said I want it all natural. Everybody was like, because there's other women in the surrounding room. They're all screaming and shouting and all that. It's like, nope, I'm take this pain. I, I guess it's the crazy tomorrow thing in me that I'm just gonna go ahead and take this pain. So I guess it's always been like that. Even now, like with the ankle. So sometimes the ankle, it's feeling much better now. But it was to the point where I couldn't use the stair climber, the stairmaster. So I used the treadmill. But it's I can do it. I can't go on the stairs yet. So I always hold, even here at home, I hold myself to go up. But on the treadmill, I can go fast now. But yeah, that was pretty painful too. And I was just putting light weights to warm up my calves, and that started to give out. I'm like, what the heck, man? Maybe it's just age. Age is creeping up. Everything's falling apart. But you learn how to deal with the pain. You just like stepping the wrong way sometimes. I feel that twinge. Yeah, and even my quads. I had a little tear. I think one time. This was about a year ago. I had a little tear. It was so painful. But I kept going, you know. So there's a difference between, um, I guess, pain and sore, you know. But you got to know when to just kind of back off a little bit. You know, like you said, when you start seeing stars and you start feeling the tears, you know. Um, but now I'm not ashamed when I go to the gym because I still go. My husband and I we go and train at Gold sometimes and or D&D Iron, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not shy when it's just a little bit of weights on there. You know, the tempo. That's all I can do right now. I don't care. But I tell you what, I'm getting really good workouts. It just um, sometimes less is more because like I tried to do triceps yesterday and I just did a lot of reps. But last night I know I worked it really hard and my chest too because my chest was like pulsating. They were like they were, and then my triceps started to cramp up last night. So I know that I had a really good I really had a good workout, despite that the weights I was using was it was little, just not that much. Instead of, I think I was doing like 3 or 4 bars in the ropes and stuff like that. But hey, I'm making it work. I still get a good pump.
I remember those chest pulsations too, where I'd be like, "Stop it, stop it!" You're just like you're just
Yeah.
not even controlling. You're like, "What are you doing? Like, knock it off!" Yeah. So yeah,
Well, you should see the first time I had those a while back, right? I told myself, I said, I think I'm having a heart attack because yeah, because it was just going like that. And so he said, no, it's not a heart attack. It's just your chest. But it scared me.
yeah,
This is a while back when I didn't know. I didn't know any better. But it was just, he goes, you had a good one. I was like, okay, because I really thought it was a heart attack. When you
yeah,
don't, when you never seen it before.
hmm
But now I know now when things are like
yeah.
that means you got
It's
a good workout.
oh,
So, but it's funny though. When you want it to go like that.
mhm,
At a show, maybe you want it to go like that,
yeah.
right? When you're doing a show, but not at home. You're laying in bed and you start seeing it. Oh my god.
You're like, is there something living inside me or something like that? Or like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
it's like
So yeah,
there must be an alien trying to
yeah.
come out.
It's. I mean, I remember the first time that happened to me too. I had this. I didn't have the heart attack reaction, but I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, that's yeah. I As soon as you brought that up, that just brought back memories to me. But how do you change things up like immediately, like after you get this injury? Because I mean, your nutrition has to change and all that other stuff. So how do you
Yeah.
immediately mix things up then after that?
Well, after that, I kind of just I watched the diet. I'm still watching the diet, and now that I'm not prepping for a show, you still want to walk around, looking pretty decent. You still want to show the outline of your abs. So I still I'm doing the cardio. I do an hour and a half cardio sometimes a day, sometimes an hour. Like and if I'm pressed for time in the morning, I would go to after I drink my coffee, go change, and then go and do my cardio and watch my diet. I'm still kind of following. um, my coach is still coaching me, even though I'm not, prepping for a show. He still wants me to check in with him, so I still, check in with him. Period. I don't check in with him every 3 days now. I told him, I said, I don't want to bother you. You have more athletes you know, to take care of. So I said, instead of you checking on me, I'll check on you. This is kind of like a joke. But yeah, I still, it's still working. I've only like after 6 weeks ago, I've only gained maybe 5 pounds from where I was when I said no, I'm not gonna do it anymore because I was really leaning down, and I'm not as cut, and it's not there. But I know at that point when I was looking at myself, I was looking pretty good, but the skin wasn't thinning out, and I think that's because my stress levels. I was always thinking of my injury when I'm training. I'm always thinking that it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be painful, and I'm thinking about it. And then I was thinking also that I was letting everybody down. Because let's face it, this is a very expensive sport, and hiring a coach is expensive. The food, everything's expensive, and so I'm like, man, I've spent already all this much money, but and it's like, and I'm not going to do a show, But my husband is so sweet. He's like, it's all up to you. Why do a show if you can't give it your 120%? So, and and besides, I'm doing this show for fun, and it's not fun when you're seeing stars, and you're seeing stars in your training, and you're teary eyed, it's not fun, and so my point is, if you're training for a show and it's not, you can't give it your all, then maybe you might want to back off a little bit, and maybe still maybe think about training for another show if you want. But for me, I think at this point, maybe I think I'm done. I think I'm done. There's still a lot of
I
shows.
do have to say that she said this like the last 3 times that we've had her on. She says like, "I think I'm done. I think I'm done." And then next thing you know, she's prepping for another show. But it's kind of like Brett Favre when he was announcing that he was retiring from football every year. But we don't know. This might be the actual one right here.
Yeah, yeah. Let's face it. No, who really wants to see? I always say, who really wants to see an old lady on stage anymore? But I really do enjoy. I missed it. It's just I saw the girls that did New York Pro, and I'm really it's really sad that there wasn't that many that showed up for this first show. But it's like, wow, they're going on stage, and I'm not there. And Tampa's, I call that home, and I'm not there, you know. So it's kind of had mixed feelings, mixed emotions about it. But hey, it's okay, Um, I can deal with it. Some people really get really stressed about it, because it's that's their life. That's all they think about. For me, that I love bodybuilding, but that's not my life. You know, there's a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot for me to do and stuff like that. So it's not like the whole world, is falling apart because I'm not doing a show. But I've seen some people get really, really stressed, and that's all they think about. That's all they talk about. And that's kind of sad because let's face it, it's a good sport, but that's you can get a lot of money out of that. You pay more, you spend so much money versus you making money, unless you're like Miss Olympia, or the top tier people are actually making money. But or if you're some of those people that do the other modeling and stuff like that. I'm not into that kind of stuff. Although I told you about some perverts that try to, they want me to send me some boots so I can wear their boots, and they'll pay money for that, or they want to see my toes. I'm like, are you?
Hey, that's easy money right there. Are you kidding? No,
I know.
that's I'd never understood that either. Too, for me, it's just like, why? Like, what about someone's toes is really just like, oh, that's so
Yeah,
yeah. I don't get that.
isn't it? It's crazy because I told my husband that it's funny. It's like, wow, they want to pay me to see my feet, my toe.
So tangent real quick. I had a friend. Well, I have a friend who I'm not gonna lie. She's like supermodel esque beautiful. Like she doesn't do that, but she could. Who she gets messages on her Instagram all the time too from people asking the same thing, like, "Oh, do you have like feet pics or something like that?" And she even came to me one time and she's like, "I'm actually considering this because like she's a poor college student who just graduated." And I was like, "Go ahead and do it or whatever." But I don't think she's done it yet. But like, yeah, I've seen that from like all types of people too. Where I was like, I just do not understand that. But hey, I mean, it's like I know there are some people out there that make a lot of money through just taking photos of their feet. And I mean, it's like I couldn't think of a more easier way to make money in my life. But hey, more power to them, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny because you can really make money if you want to, because like even they want you to flex for them and stuff like that. Just um flexing them, like, no, no. If you see me flexing, it's because I posted it on Instagram, or
Or she's
Facebook.
doing a thumbnail for this podcast. Basically, that's like the only
Yeah,
three instances that really, yeah,
yeah. But isn't it funny how people want to pay for stuff like that?
yeah.
But more, for the people that like doing that kind of, it's
Oh, it's just like, hey, just show up when she's doing her posing routine practice, then, or something like that. Then you don't even have to pay for it. Then you can just go to the gym.
yeah.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, or you know what got me, because like this happened last week. This guy, one of the Instagram people, I don't really use Instagram that much. You can call people from that, I guess,
Oh
Instagram or
my god,
Messenger. But
no! Don't tell me he
oh
called
my
you.
god, oh, this he kept calling and calling. You know what I did? I had my husband answer the phone. So my husband was the one. So they just kept looking at each other, right? I thought because I got tired of it, because I don't know you. I'm not gonna talk to you on the phone. I don't know you. Even the people that I know, I don't talk to them. I just I just don't like to get on the phone that much. So my husband picks up the phone. I said, "Here, take this." So my husband just looked at him, and they kept looking at each other, and they finally hung up. You know that guy had the nerve again to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, I told him, I texted, I said, "Do not call me, stop." Then I figured out how to do the
The unfollow and the
unfriend or
blocking and
block
stuff. Yeah.
thing and all that. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you have the nerve, why do people want to call somebody they don't know?
Especially at 2 in the morning too. It's like, come
Yeah,
on. It's like, at least if you're gonna do that, at least be respectful and call them during some hours in the day when they
yeah.
could at least do it. Yeah, yeah.
Woke up, and the first thing is, when you get a call at 2 in the morning, you figure something's wrong, right? It's an emergency when the family members. And I looked at, it was like this guy, and I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding. So I turned my phone off for the entire night, and then the next day he did it again. So I went in there and I sent him a message. I said, "You stop," you know. But people should be very respectful for other people. I would never do that.
Well, and even if someone tells you to stop, it's like, what makes you want to do it more than it's like, oh, they're telling me to stop calling them and stuff like that. I'm even gonna do it. I just don't. I've never got that in my entire life where it's, yeah. Yeah.
And he's not the only one. There's someone that has done it before. They call, and then a messenger, they'll call, and I'm like, I don't even know this person. So the thing is, I don't understand how people can call someone they don't know. I don't know if you've ever done that just to say hi. Well, what would
No,
you say?
no, no. I save all my words for this podcast, really. And even if I get calls, I'm one of those people where, yeah, if you're calling me and unless I know who you are, I will not pick it up. No matter, it could even be like I've applied for jobs and I've lost jobs in the past because I haven't answered because I was like, nope, I don't know who that person is. I'm not going to answer. And then
Yeah,
they leave a message, and then and then if you leave a message and then I know who it is, it's like, oh yeah, I applied for that job, or oh yeah, I know that person through so and so. Then I'll call you back.
yeah. I mean, don't do it. Like you said, they should leave messages, but they don't. So to me, if it's not one of my family members, or if I'm not expecting a call from someone that a business that I'm trying to, I need my car fixed or whatever, I'm waiting for them to call me back. I won't answer the phone, and if I see it, I'll block it. I mean, that's the only way to do it. So for your listeners, please don't try to call people that you don't know.
Oh my, I mean, it's like, I didn't even think that I ever had to like put that out there, but it seems like we do now. So yeah, I gotta say that to people. It's like, do not do that. And I know through Instagram, sometimes you can call people and stuff. And I even wanted to message those people and be like, you do realize that there's an option where people can call you, right? And I'd be like, I can show you how to delete that off of your thing so that people can't call you. And then some of them even have like the video chat thing too, where it's like, yeah, I can show you how to delete that off of your account because I can guarantee you that it's not going to end well if you keep that up there. So yeah, I mean, there's just,
Yeah, I mean, maybe some people like that, where they talk to people that they don't know. But I'm not one of those people. If I don't know you, don't. And then if I want to call you, I'll message you and say, hey, can I call you or something. And that's not even going to happen because yeah, I'm really on Instagram or Facebook now. But I should pop in once in a while. 'Cause some of my friends, they said you should actually pop in just to say hi sometimes to let us know that you're still alive. So maybe I'll do it once every 2-3 weeks or something. Because I did get some messages saying, hey, can you just at least show your face once in a while to let us know you know that you're still out there and stuff. So I'll do that once in a while. Or here's your podcast, right? It's see
yeah,
that I'm
we'll keep
still
her
alive.
updated. We'll keep her updated. Yeah, she's still alive. We found her. Everyone, we had to search heaven and no, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, I do that. I did that with friends too during the pandemic. Where like once every 2 weeks or whatever, I would just give them a call and just be like, oh hey, how's it going? How have you been? And just make sure what you're up to. But yeah, it's especially important now during this time too as well. But yeah, it's just I just can't believe. I mean, and that's the one thing that I've learned through this podcast too as well is that all the people that are out there and all the stuff that they do, and it's like especially in the sport too, where it's like okay, I didn't even know that was a thing, and it's just like it was really eye opening for me. Where I was like, okay, even all these competitors have to deal with all that stuff on top of all the other crap that they have to deal with their preps and stuff. It's just that was a big eye opener for me, and that gave me even a more amount of respect for the competitors, just knowing that they had to deal with all that other stuff as well. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. And and yeah, granted, they are followers, and they want to see what we're doing and stuff like that. But you got to keep in mind that we're human too, and we respect you and we want the same respect back, because I would never do that to any of my friends or followers and Facebook. It's kind of like they're just like out there just seeing what you're doing, what you're doing. Or the minute, oh, that's one thing too. The minute I get on Instagram, because sometimes I'll go on Instagram to see like you know what my other friends are doing and stuff like that. Man, they'll start messaging you and stuff like that, or Facebook. The minute you're on there, they like start sending you messages, and I'm like, wow, you don't have to do you don't have to do that. If I want to let you guys know what I'm doing, I'll just say hi. I'll go in there and I'll say something on Facebook, or Instagram. I don't need to start seeing all these messages. So it's like, don't, and then don't feel bad if I don't answer you back, because sometimes they'll get mad. I don't know if you ever get that where they get mad because you don't answer them. You don't right away text them back. Your response or something. And they get mad, and like, wow, I don't know you, so if you want to unfriend me, just go ahead and unfriend me, because um I, I'm not asking for you to like my post, or it,
Please like
if
me,
you
everyone. Yeah, please, please. I want your. Yeah, I had one person who was just like that too, and I even told he was like, "Why aren't you responding back to me?" And I told him, I said, "I'm just being completely honest because I had someone that's vastly more important to me that I was talking to."
yeah, I mean, it just they get mad. They don't get mad. Like I said, just be respectful. That we're if we're prepping for a show, it gets stressful. You're dieting, you're hungry. You still gotta have to do that one more cardio session in the evening. And you still have to prep your food, and and then you still have family to contend with too. So they get mad if you don't respond to them. Like you're on there, putting a response in one of the Instagram post or whatever, and then I start seeing bling bling, and he's like, "Well, why aren't you answering?" I'm not answering you, because if I answer you, then I'll be here all day answering every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's on there. And that's one of the reasons why I don't stay on there anymore, because there's just so many. There's messengers, and there's just so many to respond to, and so you start responding, right? And then it's like, oh, you feel guilty, so you respond to the next one and the next one. Finally, it's like, you know what? I can't do this. So now, like, my husband, sometimes he posts some stuff. He puts my picture out there, like the bodybuilding website or whatever, and so they'll put a comments and stuff. So he'll say, "Hey, why don't you go in there and just put a like or something, or a smiley face, just to acknowledge that you're thanking them. That they say something, they make comments." So once in a while, I'll go in there. But if I do that, if I start going back to Facebook, I mean, I'll be there all day. Believe it or not, I can't stay there all day because I have other things to do. Like trying out new recipes and stuff.
That's me with emails for this podcast too, because I'll get people emailing me for the podcast, and every time I'll respond back to them a couple of times, but then when it gets to the point where it's like you're responding every minute to my emails, and then it's like getting into like a conversation, it's like I got stuff that I gotta do. I work a job, I do this podcast, I work out, I do all that stuff. Like I have a busy schedule, so it's like I'm not gonna be sticking with you the whole entire day, like emailing back like. I'll tell you like what inspired me to do the podcast. I'll give you my backstory. I'll answer some questions for you. Like if you have any guest recommendations of like, oh, get him or her on the podcast, and I'll be like, okay, I'll write it down and I'll get back to him. But it's like when it gets to the point of like just asking me like random questions, it's like, come on, like move on, gun. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so people just need to understand that we do have other lives that we lead. It's just not being on Facebook or Instagram all day. Unless you just don't have anything to do.
There are some people like that. I will give that those people credit. Then like those people that literally have no lives at all and they live just on social media. They're few and far between, but they are out there, and that is the most depressing thing for me personally. But I don't even want to get into all that. But
Well,
like,
I guess that everybody wants to get a lot of friends and stuff like that. And I guess I can understand that, but for me, it's like I don't need all these friends, or they say, if you send me this, I can give you 20,000 friends or
Oh, I
followers
thought you were
or
gonna say
stuff like that.
$20,000. I'll be like, okay, I'll send you half of my leg then if you're
No,
gonna give me $20,000. You kidding me?
yeah, but you know what I mean.
No, I know, I know, I know.
If you don't want to follow me, that's fine. You don't need to follow me. I'm perfectly content, just with the whatever little followers I have or friends that I have, on Facebook. So
Yeah, anyone out there, I mean, I'll send you my pinky toe for $20,000. Anyway, if anyone's interested in that, just hit me up. I'm more than happy to do that. But you mentioned that you've been working on some recipes too. What have been some recipes that you've been working on? Because I'm just drooling right now, even thinking about food.
you know, so I've been going on old recipe, and there's been a lot of cookie recipes there, and casserole recipes, and curry recipes. So I've been just making stuff for the family, and they haven't complained yet. So I just I made this brownie with it was a chocolate brownie, and my husband said it is so good, and I said I'm glad you like it because I make it, but I don't eat it, you know I don't, because it's like I've worked so hard to just try to maintain, and I look at it and I just whoop.
You can just see yourself expanding slowly in the mirror, basically. Then.
Yeah, seriously, but I enjoy making it because I like to see the finished product when I make it. So I go out and every time I see a recipe, I write the ingredients down, and then I'll go to the grocery store and then I'll buy the ingredients so that I can try it and then the next one. So I I was thinking of, well, I made this Pakistan curry for my husband, and he really loved it. So I tweaked it. I made it mine. I added my own stuff, the recipe that was on there, and then I added some peanut butter on there, and just about a tablespoon of sugar, and then I added an insanity sauce. So I made it really really spicy. He goes, "Wow, this is the best one you've made yet." I said, "Oh, good. I'm glad you like it because I don't eat it." But so I've been just trying things out, and all that. I used to make protein cookies and stuff like that. I haven't gone to that yet. I've just been kind of dirty food because they look so good.
I mean, you mentioned spice. So my Norwegian skin, I mean, I spicy has never been a friend of me. I mean, it'll just go in one mouth and out the other within about an hour. So the moment you mentioned that you added that extra spice, I was like, oh my god, yeah, that is definitely not working for me. But I mean, please tell me when you're making those brownies that you at least take like a spoonful of that chocolate and just have that at least. Then every cook's got to at least do that.
I'll have it just for you.
You gotta
Yeah,
at least get a thumbful of like the chocolate and then just have that. I mean, you have to. I mean, that every chef has to do that at least.
yeah. I go because I took a little bite, but you have to really actually get a big piece to really get the feel of it. So I just took like a little piece and he said, "Okay, I don't think it needs any salt." And that was the gist of it. But hey, the family really enjoyed it, and so my dog, he didn't take he didn't eat the chocolate one, but I made this some chocolate chip cookies that one day. He likes chocolate chip, but I don't give him the chocolate. I
I was
just
gonna say you better not be giving them chocolate. I'm gonna report you to animal control, basically.
no. So yeah, so I just give it a little part that doesn't have any chocolate in it. But yeah, every time you should see, I have a picture of him literally staring at the oven because I guess the dogs can smell it when you're baking. Yeah. So I have a picture of him sitting in front of the oven waiting for those cookies to come out. This is my 13-pound Pekingese, my little monster. So we could call him Cookie Monster now. So now, if I don't have any cookies on stock, I go and I buy him Belvita, those Belvita cookies. So every time I go to the grocery store, I gotta make sure that I have that in the pantry because I buy that for my dog, and then because he doesn't like dog food, and then I buy this thing called shoe powder. If you know what shoe powder is, it's yeah, he loves shoe powder. So I have 2 bags of shoe powder in the freezer because for my dog. It's funny, right? Here I'm buying that kind of stuff for a dog. I love my dog.
Oh, why, dude? I'm one of the biggest dog people around. Are you kidding me? Like we have our little Cavachon, which is a Cavalier King Charles mixed with a Bashan. She's about like 8 or 9 pounds, so she's like your dog's just a little bit bigger than hers. But yeah, our dog. I mean, Yeah, I love, and was a fun fact for all you dog lovers out there. People don't know, like, if the dogs' noses are so good that, like, if you were to make a soup and to put like dozens of ingredients in it, their nose is so good that they can individually smell every single ingredient. So that dog definitely knows when you're cooking something. Because I mean, at in the middle of the night, if I'm going out to get like a midnight snack or something like that, my dog is scratching at my parents' door, basically, then trying to get out.
Yeah, he's not in prep right now, so
Yeah.
he can eat. My dog can eat. He's not in prep, but I do
Yeah,
make his food.
you prepping
So
them for a dog show, yeah.
but I do prep his food though, because he doesn't eat dog food. So he likes chicken and turkey, the ground chicken and the ground turkey, and and I give him sometimes I give him lean ground beef, and he likes peas, and yeah, he likes peas. Can't give him corn because corn's not good for the dogs. But he likes peas and he likes green beans, and he loves spaghetti. I don't eat spaghetti, but my dog loves spaghetti. So I don't even know if you should feed that to the dogs. But guess what? When I take him to the vet, he said the vet says that he's good, he's healthy. So I guess whatever I'm feeding him is okay. But at first it's like I don't know if he can eat this stuff, but he won't eat dog food. So I give him a little bit of spaghetti. Just try a little bit first at a time, and then he's fine. He can eat that kind of stuff. So yeah, my dog eats better than me.
Hey, that's just the pain and suffering of bodybuilding that you have to go through then. But hey, I mean, it's definitely worth it in the end. But yeah, and I mean, you mentioned before that, I mean, you'd have your family over every night for dinner. Does that still happen now?
Now they're down to like uh, 2 days, 2 nights a week now. Because what happened was they're both realtors, and then the one granddaughter, she's a competitive dancer now, so she competes. So she's been going to the dance studio almost every night. So yeah, they've been really busy. And then the other one plays soccer, so they can't make it as often as they did every night. So the past 2 months they've cut down their time coming over. So because like the other night I made what did I make, goulash or spaghetti or something. So I was waiting for them, and they said, "Oh, we're not coming over, mom." So we have Friday is our burger night. So they'll come tomorrow. So I already went and got some burgers and stuff ready, and fries, so that when they come over tomorrow night, they'll have their burger night. So on Fridays we have burger nights now, and then on Sunday sometimes we have taco. We go to the Mexican restaurant. I don't make that. They the street street tacos. There's this Mexican place there, so we go and order their 2040 street tacos. So that's on Sunday. So now it's like 2 times out of the week now. And now that the kids are almost out of school, though, they'll probably be coming more often. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean, just thinking about that burger night's already got me drooling even more. And I mean, we do Friday nights, we do pizza night at our house, and then normally, yeah, we don't normally have enough. No, and then Tuesday night is Chipotle night, where we all go get Chipotle. Then, or one of
Yeah.
us just goes and picks it up. So that's our thing at least. But yeah, I mean, that's great that you have that. And I mean, yeah, my uncle made us burgers like a couple nights ago, and yeah, oh my god, they were so. It got to the point where I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need doing a little bit of extra cardio tonight, just because.
Yeah. I know, right?
Oh, I hate it though too. It's like, or especially like for holidays too. Like the day before, like the day before Christmas Eve is my worst day of cardio, because I know that I have to do about like 3 hours of cardio just in
Just so you
anticipation
can eat.
of what I
Yeah.
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
just of what, or the day after Christmas too, where I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be like an all day walkathon basically. Then so yeah, it's yeah. You got to
But it's worth it.
yeah.
It's worth it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I make the burgers, but I don't really eat the burgers, believe it or not. Like tomorrow, sometimes I'll eat burgers. And then now taco night, I always have to eat the tacos, because the chips that come with it. Me, I like crunchy. So, but burger night, sometimes I'll make the burger, and then I'll be eating my protein shake, which I make it like ice cream. I blend it with the crushed ice, and I put green tea on there, and it's so good. So while they're eating their burgers, I'm eating my ice cream, protein ice cream, because they said, "Mom, you're not gonna have this." No, I'm fine. And then after that, I would eat my teriyaki chicken salad. So I've been kind of really, really watching it. So, um, because if I don't watch it, I mean, as you get older, also my metabolism, it's kind of slows down a little bit. So I've been really watching what I eat. I'll make it for everybody else. If they want me to make certain kind of food, I'll make that. But it doesn't mean that like the spaghetti. I don't eat spaghetti. Oh, I've been very good also at making casseroles. I think I'm a casserole queen now. I've never made so much casserole in my life. I, and I just when I was in Tampa, I never would make that kind of stuff. But now, because there's just more. The family's bigger now, so I would make something to feed everybody. That so I've been making a lot of different types of casseroles and stuff like that. And so before my pantry didn't have noodles, so kinds of noodles in the pantry. Now there's some different kinds of noodles and tortellini in the freezer. It's already. I spoil my family. I think I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy my spoiling my family with food, I guess.
There's only one food that, like, the day that it's made, I know that I'm going to eat all of it, and it doesn't even matter like how much I've done. It's my uncle makes his own homemade beef jerky, where it is the
Oh
greatest.
wow.
Oh, and he has it like in a bucket like this big full, that wide. And I even tell everyone in my house that I'm like, okay, this is gonna last us maybe 2 days tops. So like it's like everyone, and it's gonna be from me basically. So I've had family. So like for Christmas, he'll give us like each like our own bucket full, and our family has to hide it in the house so I can't find anyone else's other than mine. Because if I can smell it out, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have some.
Oh
I'm gonna
god.
have some of it. So like some one time, like a couple of years ago, for doing something really good, like my parents like, here, you can have our beef jerky then for it. But yeah, it is so like, even thinking about it right now. And every once in a while he'll just show up with some, and I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna go basically up in my room and just eat this whole thing in like a couple hours, and then yeah. So yeah.
Oh, I like beef jerky. I can go for beef jerky versus spaghetti or anything sweet. I love beef jerky. It used to be when we travel, that would be one of our snacks that we take with us is the beef jerky. So I gotta always, you know, I always watch my sugar also though, because they put sugar in a lot of the beef jerkies. Has a lot of sugar and stuff like that. But sometimes when you're eating it, though, it's like, oh, just have one little piece. But man, and that beef jerky that you buy at the stores, it it's a little piece. It's like $9 for a little piece of, but and it has sugar. But you know what? When I start eating that, I don't care. that's why that's why I don't have that in my house. I love beef jerky. So you and I can eat that.
Oh my god, like, that's why if I ever competed too, like, I could never be in this household because we have so much food in this place where, like, I couldn't do it. Like, I would have to tell everyone, like, we're gonna burn all this stuff outside in our fire pit, or we're gonna have to, like, put it down the sewer or something like that, because there's way too much temptation. So at least you do that where you're like, okay, that stuff cannot be in the house because of that. But is there any time period when you think when your injuries are going to be healed? Are you waiting like a couple of months just to see what happens, or is there like a timetable of when you think like, oh, I might be able to start like training regularly ish again?
Well, I'm still training regularly. It's just that I don't train heavy. I still train, 5 days out of the week, and I cardio every day. But I just don't push the legs. I can push hard the legs as long as I have my ankle the way it's supposed to go. I'm fine. So the but as far as like on the back, I can do a little bit heavier in the back. But man, it's the biceps and the triceps that I can't do. Oh, and then like shoulder presses.
That's a
So I
tragedy.
can do side laterals. Okay, side laterals are fine. I can do that. So what I've been doing is like the stuff that I can do for the upper body. I do more of it and more reps. But on the stuff that I can't do, I go very very light and just focus on the squeeze. So more, yeah. So that I've been, that's how I've been training around it. And believe it or not, I've been getting really good pumps and stuff like that. But as far as like when this is going to heal, I mean, I'm at the point where I really think I need to go see the doctor. Like especially for, I know my dequarment. I know what needs to be done for that because it happened on to my right wrist about 9 years ago. And what they did was they gave me cortisone shots. The only thing about those cortisone shots, after the third one, it doesn't really help. It messes and the pain goes away, but it kind of eats up your, there was a time when my wrist was it was indented because of that cortisone shot, but the pain went away. So now it's on this wrist, and I can see it's swell up, but it's painful when you turn it a certain way. And but the bursa though, I've never had the bursa pain this long. I know I'm sure you've had bursa pain. Um, because my husband has had it here, and
Being a pitcher
um,
too, I'd get around that area too. Would always get
yeah,
messed up whenever get done pitching. Yeah.
yeah. But uh, I think I really need to get it checked because like the CDB oil is not working. You know, the coach said to take a lot of fish oil and glucosamine. I take that, but it's gotten better. Like you said, I push a little bit more, but sometimes when I overdo it, I think the bottom line is I think I just need to totally rest, totally not do anything. Not not stress it at all. In other words, don't go to the gym and just kind of leave it alone. And you'll probably heal because the couple of days that I took off when I we were supposed to have our podcast, us get on your podcast. Um, that's when I said I'm not going to do anything. I'm not. So for about a couple of days, I didn't exercise. I didn't do any weights at all. So it felt a little bit better, but the pain was still there. Um, but I think I just need to get a professional because I'm a professional, but not a professional doctor. Because it was so swollen though. It was black and blue here, and you can see it a little bit. But um, yeah, uh, and then the wrist, it's out there.
Yeah.
But if I go like that, it's painful, and like to pick up my dog, and I think that's also one of the reasons why I'm still the dog. Every time I pick him up all the time, because my son said, "Mom, stop picking up the dog,
Mhm.
Zuki," because so I'm always picking him up. Because like after I work out, he sees me, so because I say, "Mommy's gonna take a shower," he runs to the staircase, the dog, and so that means pick him up, right?
Yeah.
So
You
and
gotta you gotta do like what
yeah,
my aunt did, where she trained the dog, where like she would just go like this, and then the dog would jump right up on her, and then she would just like use one arm to catch her. If you could do that, I mean, that would solve so many problems.
mine is lazy.
Oh, okay,
My
yeah,
he wants to be picked up. Mommy's gotta pick him up. So yeah, so I pick, and then I think I need to stop doing that because I feel like when I pick him up, the stress here, on the elbow and the wrist. But I can't help it. The baby wants to be picked up, so baby's gonna get picked up. And sometimes my husband's the one that picks him up. Like in the evenings, it's time for bed, so he'll pick him up to go upstairs. I don't know what it is with that dog. He wants to go up the stairs all the time, and he's lazy. He won't. The only time he'll go up the stairs by himself is if he's mad. If we leave him and we come home and then we're looking for him, he's upstairs in his bed. Yeah, that's the only. That's the
so
only
the
time he'll
dog's
go
got an
up.
attitude at times. Yeah.
Yeah, that dog has manipulated us. To, honest to God. Oh, and this is funny, but it's not funny. He bit my husband's nose twice because he was mad because he didn't get his way right. So my husband was trying to baby him, and man, he really got him. Really, he really got him. And then the other day, my husband accidentally stepped on him because he was trying to squash up. We opened the back door and a big bee came in. So Zuki was right there. My husband accidentally stepped on his, just not too hard, but oh my God, he bit his he bit his toe a little bit. And so the other night, right, my we do left, right, left when we're marching up to go to bed. Left, right, left. So my husband started to do it to him, and he was gonna bite his feet. So I told him, I said, you know what? The reason why he did that was because you accidentally stepped on him, and he remembers that. For some reason, this dog remembers things. I kid you not. I've never seen a dog do this. He remembered that. So when my husband said left, right, left, he was going to.
Oh.
this is our 13-pound tickety. It's funny, but it's not funny. So I told my husband, I said, you need to be careful, man. You need to be careful with your face. When you try to baby him when he's mad, because he literally, I told people, I said, I think he's a reincarnated person, if you believe it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, honest to God, Ryan, I've never seen anything like it. This dog, and when I sit him down and he's in my lap and I'm looking at him, having my arm right and going like this, and I start talking to him, he starts talking back. honest to God, I've never seen anything like it, you know. And then, and people, because when I tell some of my friends that, hey, Zuki's talking to me, they 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 look at me like I'm crazy. And then when
Might
they,
have been doing too much cardio this morning, Maria.
yeah, but when they see him, and they said, "Oh my God, this dog literally, yeah." I mean, he's like a person. He's like a 3-year old maybe, because he's like a baby, and I've never loved an animal so much. I didn't think that I love a dog the way I do, because I let him kiss me and stuff now, kiss mama. But when he's mad at mama, he'll go like this. He he won't kiss me, and then he'll kiss my husband to get him mad, to get me mad. He started licking all the.
Yeah,
Anyway, we're talking about dogs now.
oh my god, are you kidding? I could do a whole thing. So like I am known for my friends as the dog whisperer, where I have never met a dog that like never I'm one of those weird people where like if you could have a dog that's like really scared of people and like really barks, the moment that they see me, like they're not scared and like they'll run up to me and they'll just be all playful. Like I have had probably one experience in my life of a dog that like actually was like aggressive towards me. But yeah, my friends, yeah, if I go over to their house, for some reason they're like, "Oh, my dog doesn't like anyone." And I was like, "Just wait until they meet me." And then the moment that they meet me, they just curl up over and they just got their belly all over and they're just waiting to get a belly. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, but they call me the dog whisperer because every time, I mean, I'll even be at dog parks and other dogs will just walk right up to me and just be like, it's weird. It's like Caesar Milan basically. But so yeah, I am.
I think the dogs know when they're comfortable with
Yeah,
with someone. The dogs know.
yeah.
Like my dog loves women
Hmm.
more than he doesn't care for men. He snubs them, but when he sees a woman, he just like his tail just goes crazy. But I'm sure if you meet him, he'll like you too.
Oh my god, and I've had that same thing too, where it's like, yeah, males don't really like it, males don't really get along with them and stuff like that, and then they'll see me and the dog goes crazy, and it's like, oh, what does that say about me then, really, Ben? But no, I just find it so fascinating. That's the same thing with horses too. My uncle had a farm in Nebraska where they had a lot of horses, and the moment that they'd see that I was arriving, they would just run right up to me basically, then and just come around. So yeah, that's a whole different thing. But again, yeah, I mean, it's just that's why I love talking with you, Marie, is that we can start talking about bodybuilding and we can end talking about dogs and recipes and everything, and it's just a natural conversation there. So yeah, so I mean, again, it's just so great having you on and talking to you. And I mean, I hope I will just say as a friend, get that stuff checked out because it's seeming like it's getting to a point where you need to get it checked out.
Yeah,
But
I really do.
yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll get it checked. I just have to see. When I was in Florida, in Tampa, we had access to the VA hospital, and we saw the same doctor every year. Here, now that we moved to Virginia, we can't. The VA is all the way in Washington D.C., and to get into the waiting list, it takes forever. But I have, we can go to the regular clinic, because being retired, and my husband also, we can go and call them up. But man, it just, it's kind of like, I just right now with the way times are, I just don't want to go and everybody's sick, and just it's just a mental.
Well, and I was gonna say, being that you are a veteran, how did was it just you just didn't want to get the shot until now, or what did it take you so long? 'Cause
No, here in Virginia, you had to wait for your
oh
turn.
wow,
So we had to, now that's finally open to everybody. But yeah, we had to be on the waiting list.
I thought that veterans were at the very because like my grandpa was a Korean War vet and he was like one of the first people to get his at there. But I thought for veterans they were just letting them all come in at first. So that's if they should if they weren't. But that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, probably down in Florida, because there's a lot of VA places. But here, you have to go all the way to Washington D.C. to get that, and to get to the VA hospital, I think you got to go to the hood. Yeah, and there's a Fort Belvoir Hospital here.
Wait, in
But
DC is that the Walter Reed Hospital?
no, no, there's Walter Reed in D.C., but there's also Fort Belvoir
Oh, okay.
Hospital here. But we've yet to like gone there and make any connection with the clinic over there. I think my husband has already signed us up, but we can't even go to the VA over there because there's a waiting list, and we couldn't even get on the waiting list. So that's why I said there's certain things that we miss in Tampa, because the VA was one of them. Because man, we saw our doctor, every year we saw her, or for whatever we needed. And there's a lot of places that we've missed there, like the MacDill Air Force Base is right there, like 5 minutes away, and we missed a lot of restaurants there and friends too, and the gym there. But here, we're starting to know um, a lot of the other establishments here, trying to, when you're kind of new to the area, even though we'll be here almost 2 years in November, and then with the COVID hit last year, we couldn't go out anywhere, So now we're just starting to go out and start, going to the different places, um, still with the mask, of course, because everybody has different rules. So, but yeah, to establish, find things here, you gotta find people and all that. And if you're new to the area, you don't really. My son and daughter-in-law, they know some people, so they refer us to certain people. But man, when you've been a place where you knew a lot of people, you know everybody, you know your dentist is right there. Here you have to establish new connections and stuff like that. So we're starting to slowly do that, and I just have to go and call the clinic, so it's and put her name on the list and stuff like that, so I can get myself checked. Because man, it's just I told my husband, I said, gosh, when we were at the VA, this probably would have been fixed already. People talk a lot. People talk a lot of bad stuff about the VA, but we've never had any problems with the VA. And I hate it when they say bad things about the VA hospital and stuff like that. Man, we've never had any problems with them.
I
And
think a lot of it comes from people that live like hours away from their nearest one, and they complain about like how long it is. But yeah, it's like, well, then just move to it. If you really if you need that much attention that much, you should probably not be living that far
yeah,
away from it. Then yeah.
yeah, but I mean, they really do good work. Especially, I don't know about the VA here, but I know down in Florida, the VA hospital there, the clinics, they're so good, and for the amount of people that they service, they do a great job. So whenever I hear bad, negative things, about them, it's like, I know, never had any problem with them. We love the VA. They really take care of their veterans. I mean, I don't know how it is now, with the new administration, but previous past, even before the Trump, uh, never had any problem with them. So, my hat's off to the VA people, so you all the listeners out there, don't say anything bad about the VA, because they're doing the best they can for the amount of people they service.
People don't realize there's a lot of veterans out there. Okay, so there's it's not just every few. There's a lot, and I mean, yeah, the stuff that they do, yeah, it's ridiculous that people would ever. And yeah, it's just yeah. So that's my whole thing too. Where yeah, I'm a huge history buff too. So anything with like veterans and stuff like that is it's a huge thing for me. And there's actually I was gonna mention this too, but there's this podcast that I follow. It's one of the I'll leave a link to his podcast down below. But it's a guy who goes around and he interviews the last remaining World War II veterans. They're all like 95 years old now, and they all tell their stories and stuff like that. I'm gonna leave a link to that down below for anyone interested in that, because that is I mean, I when I'm cleaning, I'll listen to that type of stuff. Like it's that interesting, and they all just tell their stories, and it's just, I mean, yeah, anything with veterans, I mean, that just tugs at my heart right there. So I just really appreciate that, and yeah, that's great that you're able to finally get all that. And yeah, like I told you before, Maria, I mean, it's like, it's always great having you on. I guarantee I'll have you on for a fifth time, because I've already had someone else on for a fifth time. So people are not getting bored of you. And, anytime, just even looking the way that you look right now, I mean, it's still inspiring to anyone looking to get in shape, knowing that like you are 60 years old plus, that, she still looks like that. And that is just absolutely insane. You are one of the handful of people that gives me motivation just by, just by looking at you and having you on. I'm just like, okay, God, I need to work out a little bit harder than I'm working out, especially during COVID, putting on the little bit of COVID weight that everyone puts on. And the beard is deceptive too. The beard makes me look a little bit bigger than I
It
actually
looks
am.
good, actually. It
Yeah,
looks good on you. I was
I
going to
know.
tell you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
But
like it.
it's getting to the point though where like as we get closer to summer, where it's gonna get so hot that like having a beard is just not responsible, because like I'll just sweat even more than I already do. So I'm gonna shave it eventually, but I'm gonna try to maintain it as long as I can. But
So you're going to have a different look when I see you next time.
I'll be clean
So,
shaven. Yeah, I
so
promise next time.
hey,
Yeah.
try something different. So take that off, right? And then,
Maybe I'll just keep a mustache or something, or I'll have like a goatee or something running down. I'll do something. Yeah, but
yeah. And then the next time you see me, I'll probably be
Yep.
blonde.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
we commented on that before she came on that her hair color is different basically every single time that she's come on. Yeah.
Because we had the purple, the red, and then we had the blonde, but not as blonde. But this time I told my hairdresser I wanted a little bit blonder, and then I want this whole shade.
You got to go blue or green next time then.
Yeah, I haven't the blue. I've seen the blue actually. My granddaughter had hers blue, really pretty. Like I don't know if I can sport that.
Yeah. Hey, I mean the light blue I think would go good too. Yeah, the light blue, like kind of like the masks, like the mask kind of blue, maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, I might try that. But hey, as long as I'm not gonna sport the gray yet.
You could just go full on gray and just have like a gray spray paint, basically just go through, or just go full on white spray paint, just have like white.
I you know
Just
I did want to try the platinum, the all platinum, and then with the black streaks. But they say it's gonna take a while for that to like the color and all that. So it's like forget it, you know. But yeah, we'll try a different look next
we'll
time.
try a different look next time. But again, you guys, I'll leave a link to her Instagram page down below. And just a reminder, if you're gonna follow her on Instagram, be respectful. Don't be an idiot and call her, 17 times on the phone or whatever. Just know that she's not for that. And a lot of people, I mean, 99.99% of the people on the internet aren't for that. So don't even do that to anyone in general. But again, Maria, I mean,
And
as
then and
always,
then some of them don't tell these people that are working out that they look like men.
yeah,
I
that
mean,
too,
we don't care.
that too.
That's the bottom line. We always get some of those people that tell people that they look like we look like men.
Mhm.
Okay, uh,
Yeah, Maria,
thank
the
you.
only time I would ever tell you that is if you sport a full on beard like me, basically, and you were
Yeah,
rocking
I
that.
know, right?
Then I'd be like, Maria, okay, we need to have a conversation now, basically about that. But no, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm not 110% woman,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
don't tell me that. But I do get that. Sometimes
Yep.
like my one told my husband, they said that you're the poor husband, and then one said, oh, she makes me want to throw up on my. I'm like, seriously?
You should just comment down below. Good. It looks like you need to lose a couple of pounds, so you should be throwing up.
Yeah. So I just laugh. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll just say, that just makes me that just tells me that I'm doing something
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
So that yeah. So it doesn't bother me if you tell me that I look like a guy.
No, the greatest moment of my entire life when it came to working out was when I was in college and really working out heavily, and a couple of my friends got together and go, Ryan, we need to talk. Are you like on drugs or anything like that? Are you like on steroids or something like that? And I was like, this is the greatest moment of
That's
my
a big
life.
compliment,
Oh,
right?
I even told him that. I was like, that's the biggest compliment of my life. It's like, we talk. I was like, really? Are you serious? I was like, dude, I know I'm doing something right then. So that, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
anytime I
yeah.
mean, yeah, just the whole men thing too. I always tell them, it's like, well, then what kind of men are you hanging out with? And if that's what you think is what a man looks like, then what kind of men are you hanging out with? I want to meet these men and see what they look like then. But yeah, it's just, that's a
So
whole different
so
thing
it,
too. It's
it
ridiculous.
it doesn't bother me. So more power to my bodybuilding friends. Do what makes you feel happy. So that's my only thing. As long as whatever you're doing that makes you happy, go for it. So what about what everybody else says?
Yep, the beard is the one thing for me. If any of these female bodybuilders start growing like full on length beards, then I'm like, okay, the line's been crossed finally now. But no, but I'm just joking with that anyway. But yeah, again, Maria, I mean, it's just so great to have you on and talk to you. And again, we wish you nothing but the best and look forward to having you on again. And I mean, as always, this is Ryan Johnson, DD on the spot, signing off. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.